For those of you who are Elon Musk fans, you know that one of his favorite numbers is 420. So I'm going to, for my next recap of his presentation at the All-In Summit, I'm going to break it down into 6 key takeaways. Why 6? Well, it's a little play on 420. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 plus 0 is 6, hence the need for 6 statements. I'm Amanda Rabideau, founder and CEO of Arch Collective. Just a few days ago, I attended the All-In Summit in Los Angeles, California. Elon Musk was one of an incredible roster of speakers over 2 days. In this series of videos, I'm actually recapping my insights from these presentations. And like I said, we're gonna take a little different approach to Elon Musk because, well, frankly, he's just not like everyone else. With that in mind, let's dive into the top 6 takeaways from Elon Musk's presentation. So one thing to note, Elon Musk was one of the few presenters who was not there in person. What was super cool is he was actually on his private plane and he was on a Zoom call or whatever platform they were using for the presentation from his plane using Starlink. So the first takeaway was around Starlink. He really wowed us with his Starlink-based presentation. The fact that it was not glitchy at all while he was in the air and using his technology was incredible. A lot of his Starlink takeaways were around current conflict in Ukraine and some of the political backlash he's faced. So for those of you who don't know, during the course of the war, he was actually providing Starlink free to the Ukraine. And over time, he was footing the expenses and paying for all of this, and eventually he had to stop, requesting him to continue to provide free access to it. However, he revoked that and received a ton of political backlash. He offered his perspective on this, including the fact that at no time did anyone from the current US administration ask him to change his decision to revoke access to Starlink, and with that, we'll leave it there. The next observation is around Twitter, or what he now calls X. During his time in taking over X, he has begun to focus on one KPI that he calls unregretted user minutes. Think of this as you using your time in a way that you don't look back and say, oh my gosh, I just lost those minutes of my life and I can never get them back. Well, what that really translates to is he wants people's time that is spent on X to be productive in that they're getting important information, they're having meaningful conversations, they're engaging with great content, rather than having yet another social platform that you're just endlessly scrolling and wasting your brain and your time. He wants the time that you spend on X to be meaningful. Next up, and not uncommon to a lot of the conversations on the first day, Elon Musk was talking about China. Specifically, when we were talking about China, Starlink and SpaceX were top of mind in these discussions. Right now, neither of those companies have a presence in China, and that is intentional. Tesla is the only one with a presence, and that's with one single plant. Overall, there are looming concerns about China and Taiwan tensions, and so this is something that he didn't elaborate a ton on, but it's certainly top of mind and something that he is keeping on his radar, and it's not far from where his thoughts are. Number 4 on the list, artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, or AI, not something that Elon is taking lightly. He equated this to being more dangerous than nuclear weapons. True. He also did have a little bit of humor on the topic, and when talking about open AI, he joked that that's really a misnomer for what they really are, which is closed for profit artificial intelligence. I'll let you interpret that as you may. However, I will tell you that definitely got a lot of applause and many laughs. Number 5 on the list is the term speechist. I don't know about you, but speechist is not a term that I was particularly familiar with. So I'm gonna give Elon credit and let him say that he coined the term speechist. The way that I interpret the definition of speechist is that these are people who believe and support and advocate for free speech. Apparently, this term was used in discussion with the Google co-founders and highlights the ever-evolving and highly polarizing topic of online content moderation, something that Elon Musk has definitely been vocal or used his free speech to share his thoughts on. And finally, last up, number 6, he ended on a bang talking about self-driving cars. So over the course of the last, call it 12 to 18 months, we've seen so much in the media about Tesla and their self-driving cars and how the technology is not there. The New York Times even did a piece that was aired on Netflix as a multi-part special talking about the fact that Elon Musk had overplayed the capabilities of self-driving in his cars. But like so many things, the media and all the news out there doesn't deter Elon Musk from not only pursuing what he believes in, but touting how far in advance his technology is. In fact, he even went on to say that self-driving cars are just on the cusp of surpassing humans when it comes to safety. Tying that back to Vinod Khosla's comments around the importance of taking care of public transportation and dealing with traffic, this gives me so much hope and 2 thumbs up. In short, Elon Musk's 2023 All-In Summit presentation was a roller coaster of insights, ranging anywhere from connectivity to the geopolitical landscape, from artificial intelligence to autonomous cars, all of it simply leaving a lasting impression.